History of the Vegas hotels brings us to the Dunes Hotel and Casino. So the Dunes opened on May 23rd, 1955 as a low-rise resort with Hollywood star Vera Ellen providing entertainment in the Magic Carpet Review. In 1961, the 24-story northern tower called the Diamond of the Dunes was built, bringing the number of rooms to 450. At the time, it was one of the largest hotels on the Strip. The hotel was built in part by financing with movie model Al Goldsman and the Teamsters Pension Fund. The majority of the investors were Joseph Stellivan, Alfred Gunsman, and Bob Rice. It's later believed that Raymond Patricia, head of the Providence, Rhode Island crime family, was the source of Sullivan's investment. It was designed by Maxwell Starkman. The resort soon ran into financial difficulties, and the casino was closed after a year. The resort was purchased in 1956 by two businessmen, Major A. Riddle and Jacob Gottlieb, who had dealings with the Chicago outfit. The resort boasts an 18-hole golf course and a rooftop health spot and a 90-foot long pool. The hotel's slogan was "The Miracle on the Desert." When I recorded the Dunes one, it said "The Place in the Sun." Its earlier, the Dunes was known for its 35-foot tall fiberglass sultan that stood above its main entrance. Many top performers such as Dean Martin, Jane Mansfield, Liberace, George Burns, Pat Cooper, Judy Garland, Viola Phyllis Diener, and Frank Sinatra performed at the hotel. Although it opened to much fanfare, it struggled for one reason. It was, at the time, at the southernmost part of the Strip. The hotel had to frequently borrow money, and even the Sands on exclusives to help out, as well as bringing in numerous famous celebrities and entertainers, such as Frank Sinatra's surprise appearance as a sultan. On January 10, 1957, despite a move to keep the resort afloat, the Dunes became the first hotel casino in Nevada to offer a top-lit show called Minsky's Follies, the first which was Minsky Goes to Paris. The state legislature was in an uproar, but the record set an attendance in a single week for 16,000 people. In the 1970s, it was thought that Howard Hughes was going to buy the hotel. In the late 1960s, Morris Schenker bought an interest in the Dunes and became the chairman of the board. In 1979, the South Tower was added, expanding the hotel to 131,300 rooms. Stewart and Clifford Perlman, founders of Caesars World, agreed to buy the Dunes in 1983 for $185 million, and even took over operation of the property for several months, but then the sale fell through. The second casino in a separate round building opened on the site in 1983 under the name the Oasis Casino at the Dunes. In 1984, Shaker filed for bankruptcy, and soon after, Major Riddle's company, M&R Investment Company, also fell into bankruptcy. Linked to resort sale, the Sultan statue, now on the golf course, caught fire in 1985, supposedly due to an electrical short. In 1987, a Japanese investor purchased the Dunes for $155 million, but could not make it a financial success. On November 17, 1992, the Dunes Resort was sold for the last time to developer to Steve Wynn's Mirage Company, Mirage Inc., for $75 million. On January 26, the Dunes closed its doors for good. A liquidation sale was conducted to clear the property of its contents as a prelude to the building's demolition. Like many legendary properties of its era, it can no longer compete with the newer and more exciting mega resorts being built. Steve Wynn bought the Dunes and started the redevelopment trend with the demolition of the 32-year-old North Tower. On October 27, 1993, the Dunes was demolished in a grand ceremony that involved major fireworks display and use of several cannon blasts from the English ship HMS Virginia of the Treasure Island Hotel and Casino. Over 200,000 people attended its demise. The Dunes sign itself was lit up and read "No vacancies if it was still open." Steve Wynn, launched Controlled Demolition Inc., stood by and said, "Captain of the Britannia, are you ready still? Prepare broadside. Ready. Aim. Fire!" Cannon shots from the ship were simulated to coincide with explosives along with the Dunes property. The neon sign was destroyed, and a fireball fueled by 16,000 liters of aviation fuel engaged the Diamond Tower shortly before the explosives brought it down. Everything except the South Tower was destroyed amid a shower of fireworks never equaled west of the Mississippi. The 15-year-old South Tower was demolished 9 months later in July 1994 with no fanfare and minimal media attention. To locals, the demolition held a significant symbolic significance to the city. Many had known that the dunes was controlled by the mafia. The demolition signaled the end of significant mafia control and influence in Las Vegas. In the showroom for 2 years, Johnny Elvis Foster started his Elvis show for the love of Elvis. It says the Bellagio now stands in its place. Yeah, there's some other things. During construction, the Bellagio, workers found 4 bags of Dune casino chips. In popular culture, this is seen as the Dunes makes a cameo in video game Fallout New Vegas under the name Gamora. Hotel was used in the intro of Vegas. The Dune sign can be seen in the movie Diamonds Are Forever as James Bond rides into the back of a diamond smuggler's van to the research center. It can be seen in The Bionic Woman. The Dune sign can be seen in the hotel is featured in Charlie's Angels episode Angels in Vegas. And this was the first hotel to be imploded. Or actually the first 2, if you count the 2 towers that were imploded. The Dunes only really had about a really short life, really. There's some that didn't most of them lasted longer than this, but like I said, it was having financial problems from the start, and the way it sounds like it was just having a bad time. Well, I'll end this episode of History of the Vegas Hotels. And the next one I'm going to cover is I think I'm going to cover I think I'll cover I think the next one I'll cover is the Hacienda, I think is the next one I'll kind of cover. I'm going to record that in a minute, but not right now. Well, thank you for watching this. Check out the Hacienda one that may come out later today, and enjoy the week and all that.